Good vach, Shavua Tov, Gmach Hasim Tova to everyone. The video is Lidin Nishmas V'Shmuel Baruch Mechan Tzvidoy and unfortunately with the Chai former Bas Paramilia Malka. We're getting close to Yom Kippur. The question is, what should we work on? People went to hear a Shabbos Shuvah Drasha. What is the takeaway? Every Shabbos Shuvah Drasha should have in it that a person walks away. They know now how I'm going to be different, especially in these amazing days that we pointed out from Rabbi that, for example, today, Sunday, this is a fixing of all the Sundays of the year. And of course, it's the preparation for Yom Kippur. So what is something that we could work on? I want to make it as practical as possible. So if you look at one of the most classical Sfarim on Tshuva, it really breaks it down, is Rabbeinu Yoina. Now the amazing history about Rabbeinu Yoina, he was one of the Rishonim, and actually was a cousin of the Ramban. He had amazing, obviously, mishpacha and rebbes. He was a rebbe of the Rashba. Now, what's amazing about the Rabbeinu Yoina is that the tradition is that he wrote this incredible book called Shari Tshuva, which is a small book about Tshuva and exactly what to do. And he wrote it because he was one of the big opponents against the Rambam's writing. And the tradition is that his being an opponent, together with other great giants, caused the eventual burning through the Christians of the Rambam's books, and he felt that was a mistake. So here's the greatness of Rabbeinu Yoina. You know what the greatness of Rabbeinu Yoina is that no matter how great these people were, they made grave mistakes, and they understood that you don't stop there. That's it. You know, unfortunately, we have pictures of the great giants that we always hear about, whether it's Moshe Feinstein and then all the giants that we know, and they're at picture perfect. Because probably at the point where we met them or we're speaking about them, they've reached incredible perfection. But it took incredible years. So here's a sefer, Rabbeinu Yonah, written entirely because he was doing tshuva for something that he felt was a grave mistake. I mean, can you imagine how he was able to live with himself? But he was able to live with himself. You know why? Because it's okay. We're human. We make mistakes. So in Rabbeinu Yona's Sefer, I want to just point out one thing that I think we could all take for ourselves. What perhaps is the most important, I think, in my humble opinion, of working on, and that is hachna, being humble. But let's translate that and make it much more practical. Humble means, and the ultimate humbleness is in fact what Rabbeinu Yonah writes right here in the Chelik Aleph, Shar Rishon, the first gate, Chaf Daled. He says that Malas ha'achno rabas, there's many different levels. But the ultimate level is achno mechuyeves mederech yagdu yad avodas Hashem. It's really humbleness to Hashem. And I want to translate in a simple English, and that means acceptance. Acceptance to what the situation that I'm in right now. Accepting, and this has so many branches, accepting that if something happened, it's really good for me. This is the ultimate acceptance. It's the ultimate humbleness. It's humility to the Rabbi Shem and understanding, being machnia, humbling ourselves, making ourselves submissive to the Ratzon Hashem. And that is so, so powerful. I can't even, I'm going to give you some just like details. Let's use one detail. If a person, something happens to you can't find something. I was Shabbos with my friend of mine. He couldn't find something very precious. The whole Shabbos was gone. It was gone. The whole Shabbos was gone. Accepting when things happen. Someone said something to you. Accepting that that's something that I needed to hear. A situation in my life. I'll give you an example. Here's an amazing story that I said over from Moshe Feinstein, and it just shows us the greatness of these people. And this was a twofold. Number one, here's the story. So there's a few kids. It was in camp. Moshe Feinstein was known in the summers. He was in a camp, and he used to sit outside and used to write his chidushim with his ink pen. So he's writing his beautiful chidushim. He spent about 3 hours writing on Moshe Feinstein. He's great, the greatest, the giant. Anyway, he had to step out. He stepped away. The three boys that were watching decided, hey, curiosity took over them. They went and they took a look to see what he's writing and you know what it's all like. Wow. As they were looking over and peeking over, they tipped over the ink, and the ink spilled all over all the chidushim. They were petrified. As you imagine, they ran away. They ran back to their Rabbi. They told them what happened. The Rabbi said, listen, you got to go apologize. So they go back to Moshe Feinstein with the Rabbi and they say sorry. And Moshe looks at them and says, I'm mochel you. As they're walking away, the Rebbe went over to Moshe and said, how did you do that? You spent 3 hours writing your Chidushim. It seemed like it was like a Shalom Aleichem. So Moshe Feinstein said to this Rebbe an incredible response. He said, these Chidushim took me 3 hours, but it took me 30 years to work on not being angry. 30 years of working on my anger. It's not going to take away 3 hours of Chidushim. And this is an incredible lesson from so many reasons, because it's an acceptance, of course, it's an example that we could relate to somewhat if something happens. But more than that, it shows us these great giants didn't become giants overnight. It takes 30 years. Have an amazing day.